morning. It's been a while. It's so this is my first running vlog in ages. But basically, it's been impossible to run since I've done my epic Grand Canyon hike, which basically absolutely wrecked my legs. I've got blisters. This is the first chance I've had to run anyway, because Williams was just too cold. It was like -7 at some points. Grand Canyon, well, I'd done the hike anyway, so that was sort of part of what I was doing anyway. And then Las Vegas was just too hot. It was like 30, 32, up in the 90s, low 90s, but really, really hot. And to be fair, late nights, obviously because you're in Las Vegas, the time you get up in the morning, the strip is just totally ram-packed with people walking up and down. So this is the last leg of our little holiday. We're in Newport Beach and the weather's rubbish, unfortunately. No sun. It's about 14 in a minute, but quite good because I can go for a run and not worry about overheating or something in the sun. So I'm just taking a run along the seafront, and hopefully the blisters won't be as bad as I initially thought they were. So it could be a bit of a decision to make next week, depending on how these blisters feel and how my body recovers from this holiday. I've got the jet lag obviously to deal with again, going home in a few days' time. I had a pretty good night's sleep last night. The best night's sleep I've had probably in a while, in a week. It's been difficult sleeping in Las Vegas. The room was quiet enough, but you could still hear outside all the hustle and bustle. We had a strip view overlooking the Bellagio fountains from our room. So pretty impressive room. Back a little bit now to Palm Springs. We went from Palm Springs to Williams, so we stayed there for the night before our journey to Grand Canyon, taking in the Desert View Drive. We entered via the east entrance rather than the main south entrance, so we just drove straight up basically, showed them my QR code, straight in, no queuing, and then we checked into our cabin on the edge of the canyon for 2 nights, and then I prepped myself that night for my epic hike, which was unbelievable. I'd say it's probably the most incredible thing I've done in my life, really, to be fair. I mean, the quietness, the weather was perfect, the views were just amazing, and just to feel the place, and to make it to the actual bottom, the very bottom of the canyon, was just incredible. It was just an amazing feeling. But wow, it was a climb back up hard. It was like just short of 5,000 feet in elevation. That was really hard work. So it was really warm at one point at the bottom of the canyon, and then by the time I got to the top, I had to pop on my ice shoes to get myself through about a mile of ice paths through the last leg up to my cabin. And then we had a lovely meal that night before setting off to Las Vegas via the Hoover Dam and into Las Vegas. It's been a busy week, and this is a little bit of a chill out time now. As you can see, Beaches are pretty empty. So I've really got to get myself moving now with the running if I'm going to give myself any chance of making London now. There's a lot of work to be done now in terms of recovery. My legs are basically in bits from that hike. So I'll completely be honest with you now, there is a danger that I might not even make London. Just the reason being is there's that I know that I won't make 3:15, and I know that really I need 3 hours 10 really to guarantee a good fight, so I can defer up to midnight on the eve of the marathon, and that way I know I'll definitely be running next year, which I would prefer, because I'm not planning any epic holidays for next year. I just done 1.32 miles. So take the lens there, just have a little walk. So the legs are feeling not too bad, but I think when I've done I can run tomorrow morning as well, and the morning that we leave, it might just give me a chance to get rid of that little bit of stiffness from the driving. It was a tough drive yesterday. I wouldn't say tough, but we went from like 90 down to this temperature. It was a little bit weird, and then American freeways are just absolutely mental. I think at one point there was about 7 or 8 lanes, and you have to really have your wits about you. People undertaking, overtaking all the time, and you have to constantly watch your mirrors. There's no sort of lacking of concentration on them roads at all once you get into the busy parts. But beautiful place there. You can see it now in the background. Must be worth absolute millions. So I'm just going to keep on running down here now. Do a load of videos when I get home, edit a load of stuff. Just not had time to do any editing. It's been just too busy time, and not really wise to do it in the car, because you keep an eye on the roads. Like, even though if you're sharing the driving, it's just still nice to keep a lookout for the other driver. So let's carry on now. So I'm just a little bit concerned more about me right toe. I've got quite a nasty blister on my little toe, should I say. I did have a slight blister on my big toes as well, on the sides. I think it was just the fact that I was going down so much as well, the descent into the canyon and then the climb out. So basically I'm just used to running on average ground on roads. I haven't done much off-road training at all this year. So I've hit the end of the boardwalk, so I'm just gonna, I think I'll turn around and do a little right here and just see what's behind these houses. I'm not quite sure what we're doing today. We're either going to go to pop into LA, which is about an hour and a half away, to maybe to Hollywood. Alright, so I've definitely reached the end of the line now of this part of where we're staying in Newport. So I think that's like an island there. It's Bilbao Island, I believe. I think I've got it right, but it might be a bit further down that way. You can get a ferry across there, but you can see how rustic the Pacific coast is along this section here, which that's going towards San Diego, and going up that way would be towards LA. But that's the other thing I've always wanted to do, was the Pacific Sur, they call it. Apparently there is a marathon there as well, the Sur Marathon. I mean, that would be quite epic, I'd say, but you never know. Things change in life. Might just make it back here one day to do something like that. So I'm on 3.60 miles. So I think I'm going to turn around now, start heading back, try and stretch these legs out. Feel a little bit better now. I've had a little bit of a run. I was starting to get really regretful not running in Vegas, but what can you do? There's just no choice. It's too hot, too busy. Pavements are just not ideal crossing the roads is like a chaotic Vegas, completely chaotic. Not quite my cup of tea, but it's an experience. It's definitely not my favourite place, but I'll definitely go back again. Next time there'll be a lot of other developments. I think the Hard Rock Cafe taking over the Mirage, and they're building a great big Qatar hotel where the fountains used to be, and also there's other bits and pieces going in. So Vegas is always changing, so it's always worth going back every sort of 3 or 4 years. So I'm going to start running back now. Hopefully the others will be up and we can get some brekkie. So that's our little beach accommodation. Beach is just there, so it's just somewhere to chill out before the flight home. And we will do a little bit of visiting around Hollywood, obviously. So we'll make a decision on the marathon next week.